Yo, welcome to Surge Radio's Coffee and Convo with David Young, also known as Lyricist. I hope you guys are having a good day. I'm off to an excellent start. Got my coffee and shit going. So I'm ready to get my day started. I'm headed towards one of my projects right now and got a busy day ahead of me, but so it's time for me to get one of these episodes done. So my schedule is pretty much the same, and I try to maintain that just for the sake of sanity. So, all right, let's hop straight into the topic. All right, the topic is what not to entertain. It's just some things that's just not worth your time. It's not. If people don't understand, the older you get, the less you entertain. Let me say it again. The older you get, the less you entertain. Unless you're a person that have nothing going on in your life, you entertain any and everything. Me, I'm too old to entertain bullshit. Let's just be clear. I don't want to entertain anything that's going to cause me to be stressed. Being in your mid to late 30s, you start looking at life a whole lot different. You start feeling like, okay, it's time for me to start tightening up. So, what you allow in your life is less, because it has a tendency to kill you. Just flat out. You can't complain about a person not wanting to entertain certain things because they've probably already been through it. They recognize the signs. They're like, you know what? Oh, nope, I'm good. No stress here. Let me dodge that bullet. It's okay to be that way. And if someone else ever tells you that it's not okay to be that way, cut them off immediately. See, me, how my mind works, the moment that I start witnessing, things becoming toxic, like, for example, like in the conversation, somebody say something that I don't like, I become so close-minded, I shut down, because they've already showed me that they don't value me. They've already showed me that they're not willing to listen to me or hear me out. And they've already showed me that they're willing to say whatever they want to say, in spite of how it may make me feel or how it may make anyone feel. So guess what I do? Shut down, close my ears off. I don't hear anything else from that point. Because I'm not going to entertain disrespect. I'm not going to entertain, someone devaluing me. Nor should you ever entertain someone devaluing you. Any level of dismissal is devaluing. I'll say that again. Any level of dismissal is devaluing. Because when you can dismiss someone, it's because you don't have respect for them. Now, if I choose to be dismissive to someone, it's because I don't value what they have to say to me. And there's just some people that I treat like that. And when I do treat like that, I cut them off because they've done things along the way that made me dismiss them. Grounds for dismissal is the same thing as grounds for removal. You don't keep people around that are toxic. Toxic behavior creates stress. Toxic behavior creates a toxic environment. I'll say that again. Toxic behavior creates a toxic environment. If someone is being mean, if someone is being cold, if someone is just, you tell them something, they just laugh in your face, they don't take you serious. Don't let them tell you, oh, well, that's how I handle, these pressure situations. Sometimes I don't have control of my, over my ability to laugh because I'm under stress. Okay, that's fine, but work with that. Don't make a person feel like crap. If they have the strength to tell you that you're making them feel a certain type of way, hear them out. Don't just judge them. Don't shut down on them. Don't make them feel as if they're less than because they have to open up and tell you exactly how they're being made to feel in that situation. It takes courage to tell people how you feel. It takes courage to sit there and open yourself up for attacks. But a lot of people don't understand that. It's just easier for them just to be cruel. But when they get that same cruel response, they're like, you're so mean, you're terrible, you're a horrible person. No, how did I arrive at this? They never think about how a person arrived at it, because they always think about what happened to them in that moment. What led to them being treated that way in that moment is non-existent. They just act as if the person just woke up like, you know what? I'm going to be an asshole today. Yep, I'm going to be super fucking difficult. People don't wake up that way. As much as you think a person is that horrible of an individual and want to be that way, people really don't wake up like that. They don't wake up with hell in them every single day. At least normal people don't. I've dealt with situations where, you try to talk to a person about something and they completely, it's like they don't want to hear you. They don't want to hear you at all. They just hear what they want to hear, and they write you off as if what you're saying is not important. Oh, yeah, another thing you got to watch out for as far as, devaluing and dismissive behaviors, the people that try to shrink you. They'll tell you, they'll try to minimize your voice and tell you that, the way you're responding is uncalled for. The way that you feel is, pretty much on you. But then they'll tell you in the same breath, well, I want to know exactly how you feel. I'm interested in hearing, your thoughts. Please tell me the truth. Be clear with me. Let me know what's going on. But when you do those things, oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, all right. Well, that's you. It's not me. That's a you thing. And they shrink you. They make you feel as what you're saying is not important. And what does that do to a person's confidence? They don't even trust what they're saying anymore. Because they've been miniaturized and minimalized to a point where it is they can't even trust their own judgment with the situation. The act of minimizing a person's point of view is terrible. You can damage a person's confidence for that. If they are taking a risk at telling you how you make them feel, then you sit up there and you tell them that, or try to, invalidate, how they feel. That's terrible. It shrinks a person and strips their confidence and their ability to be able to come to you and speak to you. And what you have to understand is when a person trusts you, especially if you're in a relationship, when they consider you to be so important to them, and for some people, they may even consider you to be their world. How would it make you feel if your world turned on you? Because that's what dismissal does. That's what dismissal is. You're turning on that person and you're not even listening to them. You don't even care what they have to say. There's no value there. So your immediate response is to write them off. That's a painful feeling for a person that open, that feel like they can speak to the person that they care about. Dismissal is dismissal. I know, as I stated at the beginning of the podcast, you have to watch what you entertain. Maybe the person that's doing the dismissal feel like they don't want to entertain that for whatever the reason may be. You know, there's always validity in listening to what people have to say. Their point of views are valid, just as valid as yours. And you have to want to give it a chance to hear them out without writing them off as, no, I don't want to hear it. No, I don't really care. It doesn't really shape my world, so that's why I'm refusing to be open to it. So, yeah, I mean, you can go ahead and talk about it if you want, but yeah, I already feel this way, so I don't really care. You'll be pretty much talking to yourself. That is a relationship killer of any sort. Friendship, relationship, shit. It can even kill a marriage. Dismissing someone and refusal of hearing them out because what you want to do is talk about how important your point of view is. Okay, you guys got to come to an agreement to where it is both sides can talk and be heard. But the immediate dismissal before there's even a chance to have dialogue, that's toxic. I don't care if it's toxic masculinity, toxic femininity. It's one of those things that where it's from either side, if you feel like because you don't respect that person because of who they are, what they are, whatever, it's toxic. It's all toxic behavior. I can't tell people, I can't make people be open. So I'll go back to what my parents taught me. I go back to what I learned in school. You treat people how you would want to be treated. Laughing in someone's face when they have a genuine concern, it makes them feel small. Dismissing people and not allowing them to express themselves, it makes a person feel small. You don't want to devalue the people around you that can help you see things when you're blind to it. Yeah, I'm extremely careful of what I entertain. I've stopped entertaining certain relationships and friendships and things like that because I start to understand that I've outgrown those situations and it may not be healthy for me. And I'm fine with that. It's just one thing that I have the biggest issue with, the biggest thing is dismissal. In the face of genuine concern, you decide that what that person has to say is not that important. So you laugh at them and pretty much give them the good old-fashioned shoo. Go away. I heard you. I don't agree with you. Go away now. That right there shapes relationships. That right there changes relationships. You don't want to make people feel small. I've been really, really careful with that because I know the damage it can do. I've been in relationships where I try to talk to my partner and they laughed in my face and made me feel as if what I said wasn't valid until it became valid. And the thing is, they always come back and say, well, maybe you're right. I think you were right. I apologize because you were right. I don't want anybody to come back and apologize and have to swallow their pride in a situation like that, when all they had to simply do was just listen. You don't have to give an answer to everything. You don't have to reply to everything. Just listen. Listening does not hurt anybody. Doesn't mean you're a fool. Doesn't mean that, you're wasting your time. Just hear the person out. It's fair. You can only hope that they'll hear you out. And if they never do, then, well, you know how to handle it from there. Be careful what you entertain, because sometimes people are open to more BS than they are to what they should be open to. Truth, resolution, peace. So that was something I wanted to talk about. Definitely be careful what you entertain and what you allow in your life, and to have a presence in your life. Because the act of entertaining all the wrong things can lead to a toxic and terrible lifestyle. Leave the door open for possibilities, positivity. All right. And with that being said, I thank you guys for checking out today's episode of Coffee and Convo. Until the next episode, I hope you guys have a great day.